Tiger fans, it's time for our round 5 footy tips for Gather Round over in South Australia, of course. Last week I got 6 correct. Noah also got 6 correct. He almost would have come out ahead if Adelaide had knocked off the Suns, because he actually picked St Kilda to beat Port, which is another one we had different. We both went the Bulldogs. I did say it could bite us in the arse, and it did, unfortunately. But anyway, we press on to round 5, Gather Round. Opening up Gather Round is the Crows up against the Cats tomorrow night. Adelaide Oval, 5th versus 8th. I'll tell you what, the Crows are flying. I know they obviously just fell short to the Suns by a point, but they're up and about. And Rankin's been named as well, which helps. And even though the Cats are going okay, I think the Crows are going to be too strong over there for that one. Collingwood up against the Swans, 6th versus 9th. That's a really tricky game. Like, the whole neutral venue thing really makes these games 50-50 in a lot of ways. I might go the Swans in this one. I just think, I don't know. I just like how they go about it, and being in Adelaide, I think it evens things up a little bit. So we'll go for Sydney. North Melbourne against the Gold Coast Suns, 13th versus 3rd. The Suns are in red hot form, and I cannot see North Melbourne getting near them, to be honest, which helps our draft pick as well. So we'll go for the Suns. The Blues against the Eagles, 16th versus 18th. Now, I can't remember the exact stat, but it's something along the lines of, in the last, let's call it 14 or 15 games, the Blues have only beaten the Eagles and the Kangaroos in that time frame across this year and last year. Quite staggering. Look, the Blues desperately need to get a win on the board. It has to be this week. If they do not beat West Coast Eagles, you can't see Michael Voss making it to Monday. There's too much pressure. I think the Eagles have dropped Tim Kelly as well, which is a very, very big swinging of the axe from Mini. But look, I think the Blues will win, but I really don't know. I mean, this is going to be, if it's close in the second half, the Blues might just shit the bed, which would be somewhat entertaining. But yeah, we'll go Carlton just because. The Bulldogs against the Lions. The Lions obviously torched us last week for a quarter and got the job done, and we hung tough in the end. But they are a seriously good outfit, and their midfield's really good. The Doggies' midfield's good as well. Sam Darcy, very, very dangerous player. He's going to be one of the best players in the comp very quickly. I think, though, the Brisbane Lions will be too strong across the park for that one. Melbourne up against the Bombers, 17th against place 14th. Another big game for both these clubs. The D's are sitting in a spot in the ladder that they didn't think they'd be sitting. And the Bombers, I guess, felt that they're a top 8 prospect too. So very important game for both teams. I think Essendon might get the job done here. You almost get the vibe that Melbourne is self-imploding a little bit. The Tigers against the Dockers, 15th versus 11th. I think 11th is not going to be a true reflection of Freo's actual ladder position come year end. I do think they're a top 8, potentially top 4 side. Looking at the teams on paper, I just don't see us getting enough wins around the ground to get the 4 points. Nank might have a pretty good day if Luke Jackson's not playing. Sean Darcy might come in underdone potentially, or Liam Reedy might come in. So he might get some good numbers there, but I just don't think we'll have enough strength across the park to win. So we'll go Freo. The Saints against the Giants, 7th versus 4th. Should be a cracking game. St Kilda are in really, really good form, as are the Giants. I'm going to go for the Giants for this one, though. Hogan kicked, 8 or 9 last week. Darcy Jones had a really, really good game. And they're a dangerous outfit. But the Saints on their day have proven that they can match it with anyone. So I'm expecting a good contest there. And finally, Port Adelaide up against the Hawks, 12th versus 1st. Will Day missing for a few months is a big issue for the Hawks. They do have a good bit of depth, though. He's a hard player to cover in some instances, but then also they won quite a few games without him last year as well, including some finals. So they've covered without him before. I'm sure they'll be able to do so again. Despite this being a home game, a genuine home game for Port Adelaide, I reckon the Hawks are flying, and I'm going to tip Hawthorn to win that one. So they are my tips for round 5. No special guests with me tonight because it's 11 o'clock and well past their bedtime. But let us know in the comments below who you're tipping this week. Let us know what you got last week, how many you got right. And yeah, Gather Round kicks off tomorrow night on Thursday, Adelaide against the Cats. And yeah, hopefully we can all tip 8 or 9 this week. And yeah, it's bloody tricky. It's tricky because there's no genuine home ground except for 2 games. So we're all flying blind. It's all a bit of fun. But yeah, let us know who you're tipping in the comments below.